Okay, LJ, as promised, I'm making a video of me reading this awful piece of shit that I now understand why when I was like, oh, can I see your copy of 50 Shades of Grey? You said, yes, and you can take all three of this, it's a trilogy, you can take all three and get them out of my house. I've been reading, I'm up to page 89. And every single page has just been a new terror. Every time I turn a page, it's something new and horribly stupid. Reading this book, it's not like watching a train wreck where you can't look away. It's like when you're on the train that's crashed and you're the only survivor, and all you see is carnage around you, but you have to stay because you're like pinned under a steel beam and you're okay. But everyone else around you is like dying and in pieces. That's what reading this book is like. And I can't stop, and all I want to do is stop. And so what's just happened is that it turns out that Christian Grey has a helicopter, because of course he does. And I don't really remember where I stopped. I'm not going back to reread anything because I'm not doing that to myself. So everything that I read, this is a new experience for me to be able to read this and talk to you about it. Okay, so it's not going to make sense, but that's okay, because this book does not make any sense. It's 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. I don't know if you have to say that on YouTube before you talk shit about somebody's book, but... Okay. You're secure. No escaping, he whispers. Breathe, Anastasia, he adds softly. Reaching up, he caresses my cheek, running his long fingers down to my chin, which he grasps between his thumb and forefinger. He leans forward and plants a brief, chaste kiss, leaving me reeling. Who reels from a Okay. My insides clenching at the thrilling, unexpected touch of his lips. I like this harness, he whispers. What? In italics. That's not... Okay, so she does this thing where sometimes her inner head voice is in italics, but other times it's not. Moving on, he sits down beside me and buckles himself into his seat, then begins a protracted procedure of checking gauges and flipping switches and buttons from the mind-boggling array of dials and lights and switches in front of me. Little lights wink and flash from various dials, and the whole of the instrument panel lights up. Okay, you don't need to tell us how complicated it is to pilot a helicopter. I assume it's difficult. All you had to say was, he starts the helicopter. I don't need to know about the... Put your cans on, he says, pointing to a set of headphones in front of me. I pull them on and the rotor blades start. Oh, is that what happens when you start a helicopter? They are deafening. He puts his headphones on and continues flipping various switches. I'm just going to go through all the pre-flight checks. I swear to God, the way that this woman writes, I would not be surprised if he read her the entire manual that they do when you have, the in-flight training thing where they're like, if the oxygen mask comes out. I bet she'll write that. I turn and grin at him. Do you know what you're doing, I ask? He turns and smiles at me. I've been a fully qualified pilot for 4 years, Anastasia. Duh! Ugh. You're safe with me. He gives me a wolfish grin. Stop grinning! Stop! Okay. Well, while we're flying, he adds and winks at me. Oh, you're safe with me while we're flying. Ha, because he's a rapist. Winking. Christian, in italics, because sometimes she thinks in italics. Are you ready? I nod, wide-eyed. Okay, Tower. PDX, this is Charlie Tango Golf Echo Hotel. Cleared for takeoff. Please confirm. Over. Charlie Tango in italics. You are clear. PDX to call. Proceed to 14,000 heading 010. Over. Roger, Tower. Charlie Tango set. Over and out. Here we go. Thank God she added this to this book, because it wouldn't have been the same book if you hadn't added all this superfluous bullshit that nobody wants. No, it's fine. Oh, God. Portland disappears in front of us as we head into U.S. airspace, though my stomach remains firmly in Oregon. Oh, God. Whoa! All the bright lights shrink until they are twinkling sweetly below us. Alright, that's on me. That's not the bad writing, although the writing is bad. I messed up. Alright. It's like looking out from inside of a fishbowl. Once we're higher, there really is nothing to see. It's pitch black. Not even the moon to shed any light on our journey. Is it interesting that they can... Okay. How can he see where where we're going? Eerie, isn't it? Christian's voice is in my ears. How do you know you're going the right way? Here, he points his long index finger at one of the gauges and shows an electronic compass. This is an EC-135 Eurocopter, one of the safest in its class. It is equipped for night flight. He glances and grins at me. He grins a lot. And thank God he explained what kind of helicopter he was piloting, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to enjoy this incredible piece of detritus. There's a helipad on top of the building I live in. That's where we're heading. Of course there's a helipad where he lives. I'm so out of my league here. His face is softly illuminated by the lights on the instrument panel. He's concentrating hard, and he's continually glancing at the various dials in front of him. So he's piloting an aircraft. So you could have just said that he's, like, doing what he's... I don't really know why any of this is taken... It could have just been like, and then we took a helicopter, and then we're... sexy time. But no, you have to know about the EC-135 Eurocopter. And did you know he has excellent insurance? He got a great deal. They have actually, in the back, they have a glossary where they talk about the type of insurance that he got for his helicopter, because you need to be responsible. You have a helicopter. He has a beautiful profile. Straight nose, square jawed. I'd like to run my tongue along his jaw. Said no one ever. He hasn't shaved and his stubble makes the prospect doubly tempting. Okay. I'd like to feel how rough it is beneath my tongue, my fingers against my face. When you fly at night, you fly blind. You have to trust the instrumentation, he says, interrupting my erotic reverie. Oh, God. How long will the flight be? I managed breathlessly. Okay. How long will the flight be? I managed breathlessly. I wasn't thinking about sex at all. No way. Yeah, no, that's written. No way. Such a good writer. Less than an hour. The wind is in our favor. Okay, can I just say, this book is so bad. And you know what the worst part is? In the intro, she has like a thing where she thanks people. I am indebted to the following people for their help and support. To my husband, Niall, thank you for tolerating my obsession, being a domestic god, and doing the first edit. The first edit. He did the first edit, you guys. This book was edited multiple times. And then somebody still thought, like when they read the unedited version, like this would be a really good idea. Oh, I really feel like he read this book and was just like, oh my God, babe, that's like super great. You're really good at writing. I'm gonna support your dreams. Oh God. Okay. You know, I can't anymore. LJ, I don't know whether I should hug you and kiss you or punch you for giving me this book. Maybe after reading it, I'll probably want to do both. So, oh God.